Welcome back, guys. I got another video for you guys today here. I got my truck behind me and I'm doing some tie rod ends. I'm going to post this video on how to replace the inner tie rod end. I've done my outer and upper lower ball joints. I need to post a video on those. I did those last winter, but next go around I'll make sure I'll get some video posted. But this is going to be the inner tie rod on a 2005 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD. And yeah, let's get right into it. Well, here's some of the basic tools you're going to need to take this tie rod end off. This is your outer section right here, outer tie rod. I've replaced that. This is still in good shape. This is made by Moog, and I got the inner tie rod end, which is going to be this whole shaft, and then this here at the end. Yeah, so basically, I didn't have a big enough wrench, so I have a spud wrench. But any adjustable wrench will do. This is just a little bit heavy duty. Iron workers use this. You can use one of these, I don't know, pipe wrenches they call it. This is going to be on the outer end of your tie rod, which goes onto your knuckle right there. So you'll hit that with a hammer. I'll show you guys that in a minute. And 21mm wrench to take that socket off. You're going to need a pair of pliers to take the cotter pin off, and a pair of gloves, safety glasses, as always, and a hammer to get that out. I'll show you guys right now. Alright guys, so basically what you want to do is tap right here with your hammer after you take your nut off the top of the ball joint, which would be the thread part, would go through the knuckle. Take this off. I already did this, so just for the video. And what you want to do is tap that until that drops out. Once that drops out, if you have an older ball joint, outer ball joint is going to be a little bit more difficult than that. And then what you're going to do is get a wrench. If you have a big enough wrench to get that nut off, it's bigger than an inch and 15/16. So what I did use is that adjustable, and then I put a pipe wrench up there to hold the steering rack from racking back when I was putting the pressure on this nut right here. This threads out of the steering linkage, and then up underneath here, actually close by, is where your I can't get a good shot of it right now, but your idler arm is right behind those jaws, and then you have your pitman arm, which is over on that side on the steering column going to the steering box. But anyways, yeah, so what you want to do is measure this when you take this off the truck. You want to break that check nut. And if you are reusing your outer ball joint, which most people probably are not going to be using their outer ball joint, because I should have replaced the whole tie rod when I did mine, but lesson learned. So yeah, basically spin that off, put your new tie rod in, your outer tie rod in on your inner tie rod, screw it onto the steering column, and then tighten it down, and then go get it aligned. But you can get it pretty close. There's a few videos online on how to do the string technique, and but if you measure and get pretty close, and then straighten out the wheel, and then you can adjust your toe that way, you can get it pretty darn close if you use the string technique. And yeah guys, it's really simple to change a tie rod, inner tie rod end. So alright guys, this is what the finished product looks like. Put your castle nut back on the top of the knuckle. On these 2500s goes in upside down. Some of the diesels go down side up, I don't know, from the top down, and then that's where it goes into the steering linkage. Make sure you grease everything up, don't go crazy though. And then I got this pretty darn close right here off the measurements, and I took some photos before and after, and yeah, got it pretty close. There's a shot of the new inner tie rod. I did my steering linkage recently, and like I said, that outer tie rod is fairly new. I did my ball joints right here. Those are fairly new. Those all Moog comes with castle nuts and cotter pins, all new. And then the upper ball joint, I did that recently also. So the only thing I haven't really touched is I'll show it to you up underneath here, is the idler right there, and then over yonder is down there is the on the other tie rod. There's the other tie rod. That's the driver's side tie rod. And then you have the, I think it's called, why can't I think of the name? You got your idler arm and your pitman arm over there. Those should be changed here shortly. Those are probably getting pretty worn out too. But I'm gonna grease up the Zerk fittings and Moog. That's the only way to go. Don't cheap out on this stuff. All right, guys. Thanks for checking out my video, and we'll see you next time.